October at 12:50 a.m. in the night. This flight is 15 hours and 50 minutes long. It arrives to Incheon on the 13th of October at 5:40 a.m. in the morning on the 13th of October. Then there is a layover in Incheon Airport for 2 hours and 10 minutes before the next flight. The next flight is departing at 7:50 a.m. from Incheon and the flight duration is 4 hours and 5 minutes. It arrives to Manila, which is the final destination at 10:55 a.m. on the 13th of October. On the right, you can see that the class of service is economy, as well as you can see information about the plane type and amenities. Of course, this is not the way you are going to read the itinerary to a client. If you read like this, it will be too long. Whenever you read an itinerary to the customer, use the following format. Airline companies. Departure date, city, time. Arrival date, city, time. Number of stops. Where is the stop? For how long? Duration. Baggage allowance. Price. Let me read you this itinerary in the way how you would read it to a customer. Your flight is on Korean Air. It's departing in the 12th of October from New York at 12:50 a.m. in the night and arriving to Manila at 10:55 a.m. the following day, the 13th of October. On the way there is one stop in Incheon, Seoul for 2 hours and 10 minutes. The total duration of this flight is 22 hours and 5 minutes. You can take 2 bags of luggage with you free of charge, and the total price with all taxes and fees is only $755.55. This is the most simple way to read travel itineraries. Later on, when you gain experience and knowledge, you will know when it makes sense to add extra details, or make it even shorter. For now, use these guidelines, so you can learn to read each and every itinerary the right way. Download the Reading Itineraries checklist from the Factopedia for reference. There will be examples of itineraries from online booking engines, as well as from our internal flight search tool, ProQuote, which you will get acquainted with in later lessons. Let's read more examples. Feel free to pause the video at any point and read the itinerary yourself. This example is from kayak.com. It is a round trip to London. It is a non-stop flight. This itinerary can be read as follows. Your flight will be on British Airways. It departs Houston on the 12th of October at 4 p.m. in the afternoon, and arrives at London Heathrow 7:10 a.m. next day without any stops on the way. Return flight will be on the 19th of October, departing 10 a.m. from London and arriving Houston 2:15 p.m. the same day. The outbound flight duration is only 9 hours and 10 minutes and return is 10 hours and 15 minutes. The next example is from our internal flight booking engine ProQuote. You will be using it to look up the best deals for your customer. In the upcoming lessons you will learn everything about it, but for now, let's learn to read flight itineraries from there as well. This is a round trip to Manila, Philippines. There is a stop on the way on both directions. You can read this itinerary as follows. Your flight is on Singapore Airlines. It will depart from Los Angeles on the 6th of November at 10:25 p.m. and arrive Manila 3:50 p.m. on the 8th of November. There will be one stop on the way in Singapore for 3 hours and 55 minutes. The return flight will be on the 6th of January, departing Manila 2:05 p.m. and arriving Los Angeles 5:50 p.m. in the evening of the same day. There will be one stop in Singapore for 50 minutes. The flight is really convenient and short. The total duration of the outbound flight is 25 hours and 25 minutes, and the return flight is only 19 hours and 45 minutes long. Next example is from kayak.com again. But we will check out how it looks in ProQuote too. It is a one-way ticket to Bujumbura, Burundi. That is in Africa. It has 2 stops on the way. This is how you can read this itinerary. Your flight will be on Air Canada. One of the flights will be operated by Brussels Airlines. You will depart Phoenix on the 15th of November, 11:25 a.m., and arrive to Bujumbura 7:55 p.m. next day, 16th. You will have 2 stops on the way, first one in Montreal, for 1 hour and 10 minutes, another in Brussels for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Total trip duration will be 23 hours and 30 minutes. You can see that there are some details that I am omitting on purpose, like the departure time from Montreal or Belgium, as well as duration of each part of the flight. The important part is that you understand how to read them. But there will be no need to go into these details with clients on the line, unless the client asks. That is because in most cases travelers don't care what time they are arriving to a place which they have a layover at on the way. But they do care about the arrival time to the final destination, as well as the total duration of the entire journey. If you read every detail of every flight to the clients, you will get confused and bored. As you will be sending the itineraries to them by email as well, they will be able to check the details themselves, or as their travel professional, which is you. This is the same flight, the way it will be shown in ProQuote, our internal booking engine. Pause the video, and try to read the itinerary yourself. Then listen to my guidelines again. This is how you can read this itinerary. Your flight will be on Air Canada. One of the flights will be operated by Brussels Airlines. You will depart Phoenix on the 15th of November, 11:25 a.m., and arrive to Bujumbura 7:55 p.m. next day, 16th. You will have 2 stops on the way, first one in Montreal, for 1 hour and 10 minutes, another in Brussels for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Total trip duration will be 23 hours and 30 minutes. Practice as much as possible with different flights online. Good luck with your airline training.